Good morning, students. Today we are going to start database management system for third year first semester CSE students. Myself, A. Kalyan Kumar, assistant professor in MER College of Engineering and Technology, Paritala, Vijayawada. So DBMS means database management system. Today we discuss the introduction about the database management system. Here I will give a small definition, that is what is the database management system. Data means collection of information. Base means which area we are collecting the information, that is called as a base. That is management required fields. So what are the fields we are having? That is management. And systems means we are going for a pattern. Here data is a collection of information. It consists of facts, text, graphics, images, sound and video segments that have meaning in the user's environment. Data are the facts about the people, places, things or events. Sometimes data should be used for business. It includes about the employees, customers, vendors, products, inventories and so on. And some other places data should be students, like branch wise, year wise, college wise, we can collect the data. So everywhere the data means it is a collection of information. Depending upon the situation, data should be high or data should be low. See here, data is a collection of information, it's okay. What is the base? Base means the ground level, we call it as a ground level or area, like we already tell that business, students, banking, these are the regularly using the database. Okay, that is the collection of information. You can see anywhere these application, these peoples are regularly they are using the database. Why this database management system is introduced? What is the need of database management system? Only one thing, you go for the past years before 2000 or 1990 in India, all the banking applications or all the banking branches, they maintain ledger books. Nearly it is having 500 pages ledger book they are maintaining. Each account having one page, and the transaction from one bank to another, it takes nearly 15 to 20 days. Through manually it transfer the checks or amount or something or like this, or they can go for the phone conversation and transfer the check through post, and receiving the other branch they can issue the amount. This is a lot of problem facing in the real life. Nowadays every people they need fast. The lifestyle is also very fast. Each and every transaction or each and every place, the people are looking fast. They should not wait for anything. So yearly it is changing the updates in the lifestyle. At the same time, everywhere in the data We are also changing the information and accessing the fast. Whatever the data you are collecting, we need fast accessing. That's why the system is introduced as a database management system. Here in the database management system, depending upon the user requirement, they are collecting the information. For example, if I open a new account in a bank, they require nowadays they require Aadhaar card number, PAN card number, name, candidate name, date of birth, address, and matching with that Aadhaar card address, phone number, and remaining something really they are filling to nearly 20 to 25 fields. Generally, this is called as a collection of information. The person information will be collected. So out of 30 fields, we need only regularly 5 to 10 fields. Remaining will be when the emergency only they will reveal the information. Okay, so the database is a collection of information. We can manage the requirement of the user. That's why we call it a database management system. By using the query or the command, we can get the information very fraction of seconds. One more example I will discuss. Suppose in any college, 10th class or intermediate or engineering students, nearly on an average 300 students are there in the first year, second year, third year, fourth year. Totally 300 into 4, 1200 people are there. I need who is the topper of the college. Then without using the DBMS, that is the database management system, you can nearly work for hourly. There's a 1 day, maybe 2 days or 3 days, or number of people working on the particular information. Then only we'll get the fast result. So nearly they work for 4 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours. They can get the result, but maybe it's a somewhat 50% right and 50% wrong, because the calculations are doing the manual, maybe it's right or wrong. There we can get the information by using the DBMS. Within a fraction of seconds we will get the data. Who is the topper of the college? We will give the one name directly by calculating the point values also. Suppose the two persons who are got 90.5 and 90.52. Who is the topper? That is the 90.52 is the topper. That calculation will be done in the database management system. No need to work hard. No need to lot of people involvement to get the information. No need to wait for the result. All will be done very simply. That's why today the database management system is very useful in present generation. So in the introduction we are discussing purpose of database system, view of data, data models, data definition language, that is called as a DDL, data manipulation language, that is called as a data DML, transaction management, storage management, database administrator, database users, overall system structure. Overall system structure. Here the database is collection of interrelated data. What is mean by interrelated data? The data collecting from the base. Suppose I need to collect the student data, but I cannot go for the product data, like any product like a refrigerator or washing machine or some electronic goods we cannot collect because the base is student. That is called as interrelated data. Interrelated means what is the base where there you can collect the information. Set of programs to access the data. So we are going to conduct a set of programs to access the data. DBMS contains information about a particular enterprises. DBMS provides an environment that is both convenient and efficient to use. Generally, database management system or the database applications are banking all transactions, airline reservations, scheduling, seating reservation. Next, YONO cities, regulation, grades, sales, customers, products, purchases, manufacturing, production, inventory, orders, supply chain management, human resources, employee records, salaries, tax deduction. So these are the applications of a database. In many areas also we can add some more applications in the database. Here we are giving a few examples only. Database touches all aspects of our lives. Like example, one more example I will tell you here. The database touches all the aspects of our lives. Like example, today we are using the mobile phone. Only few numbers will be remembered in our mind. All phone numbers will be stored in the phone book in the mobile phone. That collection of information of phone details is also called as a database. In the earlier days, database applications were built on top of file system, where some of the drawbacks from the file systems, that is we are maintaining the ledgers or the files or something. Some of the drawbacks is one thing, suppose I have to be maintain 3 years books. Okay, we are keeping in a armoros and closing the doors or glasses. Then automatically what happens after years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, after that the paper should be damaged or the dust will be appeared on the files or something else. So the paper may be the ink, whatever you are maintaining, the ink will be erases. So all the drawbacks are facing in the previous years. Suppose I want to maintain for the 10 years of records, so you should be kept large room to maintain all these things. So the drawbacks of using the file system to store the data, one is data redundancy and inconsistency. Here the data redundancy and inconsistency means when you are maintaining a file system for a past of 10 years, we should be use lot of resources like a humans to search for a particular record. So there it is a data redundancy, that is called as a inconsistency, because in the 10 years I am searching for one record, lot of people's involving and the investment is also there, and the searching will be takes time. Maybe today I am started for 10 years, it may be happens in the 1 year, 10 days or 15 days or 1 month also. That is the data redundancy and inconsistency. Next one, difficulty in accessing data. So we a lot of difficulty facing for accessing the data. Like example, I will telling one more example. Whatever today's student will not facing that problem, because today banking system is very fast and the online, each and everyone will getting as a online information. So I go for the past years of 2000 back. There, if you want to print, or if you want to be get the account balance, you should be keep in a line. So one by one, each and everyone they are going there, getting the information. It nearly 2 hours for only the account balance knowing. That is the accessing data, difficulty in accessing the data. If you want to be withdraw also, we have to be take the passbook, we have to keep in line. And sometimes the bank employees time will telling today no today the amount is not there, so you go you come tomorrow again. Tomorrow also we have to be in the same line, because that is the accessing the problem they are facing is, it is a time complexity. Next one, time isolation. Okay, so data isolation means multiple files and formats they are using. Integrity problems, we cannot transfer or one branch to another branch, we cannot migrate, or in integration we cannot do the integration. Hard to add a new constants or changes existing ones. We cannot add the new fields because the book is already printed book. We cannot add the new field in the book. That is the drawbacks of the file system. Next, atomicity of the update. Failures may leave database in an inconsistent state with the partial updates carry out. Transfer of funds from one account to another should be either complete or not happen at all. Concurrent access by the multi-users. Concurrent access need for performance. Uncontrolled concurrent access can be lead to inconsistency. The two people, example, we go for the two people reading a balance and updating it at the same time, it is impossible. Security problems. And finally, database systems offer solution to all the above problems. That's why the drawbacks, whatever having the drawbacks in the file system, we are going for overcoming the problems with the database management system. So levels of abstraction. Here we are having physical level, describes how a record is stored. Physical level means we are collecting the information. What are the information is required? That is, we will analysis the physical mode. After that, we go for the logical level. So describe the data stored in a database and maintain the relation between the one field to another field. Like example, are the customer is a record. If you may go for the any customer, we need customer name and his street, city, phone number, etc. So that the customer information we are collecting, we go for maintaining by phone number with the customer name, not for address. When the emergency happened, we go for the address only. Next, view level. In any application program or a student application, suppose if a student is joining anywhere or an employee joining, they are writing as a biodata form. In that biodata, nearly there filling 40 to 50 fields. But in the view level, we need only the 4 to 5. That is the details of data types. Views can also hide the information for security purpose. So in the view, we are hiding the information for security purpose. See the architecture of a database system. View level, we are having the view 1, view 2, view 3 or up to view n, because the one person wants one type of data, n persons having different types of data. So base, this data will be collected from the base, that is the physical level. After that, we are making the relation between the one field to another field, that is called as a logical level. After that, we go for the view level. There, whatever the information required from the user, they can view the data. What is an instance and what is a schema? Generally, schema means it is a rule, or we can call it is a structure. So schema is the logical structure of the database. Example, the database consisting of information about a set of customers and accounts and the relation between them. In schema, we are having two types: physical schema, logical schema. The physical schema, database design at the physical level. In the logical schema, database design at the logical level. In the instance means the actual content of the database at a particular point in a time is called an instance. It's called an instance. I can give one example. For instance, if you go for a transaction to withdraw amount through phone or banking application or any ATM center, a particular time we are doing the transaction, that is called as an instruction. That is called as an instance. Instance means up that particular time we call it as a instance. What is the schema? Schema means it produce the, or it have a logical structure to consist of information. Like example, we go for the C programming language we already studied, that is the structure. The structure we make as a logical storing of information at one place. There we can collect that three fields of structure will be information. And next topic is physical data independency. Here, the ability to modify the physical schema without changing the logical schema. So, whatever the data we are collecting from the information, that is presented as it is without having any logical schema. Application depends on the logical schema. In general, the interfaces between the various levels and components should be well defined so that the changes in some parts do not seriously influence others. This is actually what happened. The interface between the physical and logical schema, we are using little bit changes, therefore we cannot having the seriously influence others. That means the data will not lose here. What is a data models? So for collection of the data we are using the models. One, a collection of tools for describing a data relationship, data semantics, data constants, and entity relationship models, relational models, other models like object oriented model, semi structured data model, older models, network models, and hierarchical models. These models we use to collect the information and stored in a system. Here the entity relationship model is a diagrammatic pattern representing what is the relation between the one entity to another entity. Here we can see the customer name or customer street, customer city, and the customer ID. The customer, these fields we call it is as an entity. Individually, the customer name is called as entity. Here, totally for the customer, we are having the 4 entities. And the account, we are having the 2 entities. The relation between the account number and the account and the balance having a relationship schema. So entity relation models we are using present we are using as a year models for a real world example customers, accounts, bank branch, etc. Here the year models using means using in the real world means, suppose if you go for one example like account, like if you are having a SBI account, that ATM they are giving as a one ATM to you, that ATM is SBI card. Okay, if you go for withdrawing amount in the access, your amount will be comes or not? Yes, they can give your amount when if you have a balance. Okay, that relation they are maintaining from one account to the another branch account. There we are using the entity relationship model. Here the entity relationship model, suppose if you are having a 20 fields, they are linking only the major part of the 5 or 6 fields to make relation between the account to the another account of branches. Relationship between the entities, widely used database design, that is database design ER model, usually converting to design in the relationship model which is used for storage and processing. This is one type of one of the example is relational model in the tabular for data. See the relation between customer ID, customer name, customer street, customer city, and account number. So here majorly relation between customer city and the customer number. These two fields we call it as a attributes. There we make a relation between the customer city and the customer number of a attributes. Go for one more example for sample relational database. So A is the customer table, B is the account table, and C is the depositor table. Suppose I go for here one in the A, we have a customer ID. In the B table, there is no customer ID, and again in the C table we are having customer ID. Customer ID account number in the C table. I go for the A102. What is the balance? So I refer by the 67899011. Okay. So I have go for the 647789900. That is a his. So his account number is A102. So refer for B table for A102 means he is having a balance of 400. Okay, students. If you have any doubts, make a reply in the WhatsApp. I will clarify your doubt. Okay. Thank you for the session.